What's up, Domino community? I'm Lily Hevesh from Hevesh5, and today I'll be teaching you how to build a 2D domino pyramid. The first step is to lay a row of horizontal dominoes, one domino height apart. So I'm going to take my structure template and put the dominoes sideways, and we're going to skip every other row so that they're one domino height apart. So this will perfectly space the first layer of the wall. Once you have all the dominoes inside, you just move it forward, and then you can very carefully just slide it back out. Something that's cool about the templates is that if you get multiple ones, you can simply connect them together and make one long template. So this will make it a lot easier to make larger bases. I'm gonna make this first base layer 18 dominoes wide, but feel free to make the pyramid as long as you want. And now we can continue filling the template. I'm gonna use another domino as a measurement tool just to make sure that when I place the next template, it's still going to maintain one domino height distance. And I'm also gonna check it from the side to make sure that it looks straight. It's always really helpful to look at the first layer from the short side, because then you can really see if it's out of place. All right, so this looks pretty good. I'm going to just move it into place. Perfect. Now I have the base done. For the next layer, we're gonna put horizontal dominoes on top and alternate each side. So I'm gonna start by placing a domino on the edge, and you'll notice it makes a perfect square when you look at it from above. You wanna make sure that the corners are all in line with each other, that there isn't anything hanging off like this or shifted over too far like that. You wanna make sure it looks really nice and square. And from there, we can start placing the next piece on the opposite side right next to it, and then we just continue all the way down. With structures, you have to be pretty precise with the placement, so just make sure that everything is really well aligned and everything looks very square and centered. And I find it helpful to build this layer with 2 fingers on one side and my thumb on the other side, and that way I can use my middle finger to feel the bottom domino below it, and that way I know exactly where the edge is. If you want, you can check again from the opposite side and just see if everything looks straight. All of these dominoes here should be parallel with all of the dominoes on the other side. So right here, I can see there's a little bit of teal sticking out, which means I can move this domino over just slightly so it's exactly on the edge. Now the third layer is exactly the same as the first layer. So we're just gonna add another row of parallel dominoes. And again, we wanna make sure that everything is exactly on the edge and directly in line with the teal one underneath it. This looks pretty good. And for the fourth layer, we're gonna add another row of alternating dominoes. This is gonna be similar to row 2, but instead of putting the domino directly above the yellow-orange one, we're going to move it to the other side and alternate it. So with this technique, you'll see a 3-layer high window gap in between rows. So it's just gonna repeat all the way down. And from here, the pattern repeats every 4 layers. So we're just gonna keep building it up, following the pattern that we already have. And to make it a 2D pyramid, we'll just have to build it all the way to a point. All right, let's keep building. All right, this is now 13 layers high, and now you can see the window gaps really well. See the 3 layers high here, 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 and all throughout the rest of the pyramid. Also, don't forget, every once in a while, make sure to check the side of the structure. So if you need to move anything over, feel free. It gets faster as you build towards the end because there's less dominoes, and it's really motivating to just get to the finish line. One more piece. Perfect! This is the 2D pyramid. Typically with 2D pyramids, it's best to topple it from the side just by taking out one domino. So you can do this by just pulling out the domino, or you could also add a domino line. And after a lot of testing, I found that the most reliable way to topple a 2D pyramid is by using a line that comes in the 90-degree angle direction. And the direction that this line falls depends on the first domino in this second layer. So whatever side this domino is placed, the domino line will go inside of this like square right here. So this domino is going to be placed right here, and that's just going to be right in the middle. Make sure there's a 1 domino thickness gap in between the domino and the second layer domino. And from here, we can just continue building the domino line. Just be really careful. You don't want to hit the wall, and make sure that the spacing between dominoes is at minimum 1 domino thickness and maximum 1 centimeter. And just for fun, I'm going to start the line with my special metallic Disney Dominos. This is gonna be a really great way to start it all off. And there we have it. I think we're ready to knock it down. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah! And that is how to build a 2D domino pyramid. I'm Hevesh5, and keep on building.